Hello there, adventurers, and welcome to Wally DM. Today I'm filming from Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. I work for a military website, and they flew us out here for the Army-Navy Military Expo, and been out here for a few days now. And there's actually a video I've been wanting to do for a while, and what better time to record a video about gambling than while we're in Las Vegas. So here's a few ideas that I had for possible sub-quests or quests. This is the quest of the Gambling Goblin. Okay, the quest of the Gambling Goblin. I actually had this idea a couple months ago, so it's not a new idea, but I'm in Vegas. I'm at Caesar's Palace. I brought the dice with me, and I was just like, I'll just record it there. That'd be, just really cool. So I did, and here we go. And this quest is one of your normal run-of-the-mill. The characters are trying to find someone, trying to rescue someone, maybe trying to find an item, or the whereabouts of an item, or some other information. Or maybe they are hired or need to bring down this big gambling ring. So that is kind of the quest or the sub-quest. And in order to accomplish this, they need to find this Goblin Lord. He owns the gambling ring, or this casino facility that's been in business since 1467, or something like that. But they need to get to this guy, but he's not easily found. So in order to complete this quest, we can have subquests within subquests. So before they can do that, maybe they need to figure out, or they can only get into this casino, or find out the whereabouts of this casino by special invite. So maybe the characters have to go undercover. Maybe they have to do a don't want to say an evil deed, but a unlawful deed, or something to gain. Maybe they got a point of contact. A side guy. Hey, I can get you in there. Kind of thing. So they need to complete this side deed or side subquest to earn the trust of somebody, so they can get a special invite, or have someone take them to this goblin ring or this goblin facility. When they do get there, they need to find the boss, the Goblin Lord. And I picture the Goblin Lord is 2 or 3 times the size of a normal goblin, and just this grotesque, egotistical slime lord. All other goblins, cower in fear. When they do meet this Goblin Lord, he's just this big, grotesque, fat, nasty, cigar smoking, grog in his hand. He's got 2 beautiful ladies on the side of him that really made some bad life choices. But the players need to get to him, and the only way they're going to be able to do that is they have to start off by winning this game and start to catch this Goblin Lord's attention. So they need to start winning through this casino. Okay, so the game that I have in mind, and it'll make more sense here in a little bit when I show you the props, the dice that I bought to use for this quest. But quite simply, roll 3-sided dice, and highest score wins. And it'll probably be a best 2 out of 3 game, just because I need the odds to be a little bit more manageable for this to run right, in my opinion. So best 2 out of 3, roll 3 dice, highest score wins, and it will be Goblin versus character, or Goblin versus NPC. And so this casino is going to be full of stations, just mano y mano, Goblin versus, like I said, Goblin versus gambler. And 1-on-1 and best 2 out of 3. And as a DM or GM, depending on the wealth of your characters, I mean, you can decide, how much per bet. Or, if they're doing this for a town or a city, maybe they gave them a spending allowance. So the characters have to be very careful that they don't blow all their money before they get the information or save the person or get what they need out of the Goblin Lord. So the way that I'm going to have my characters be able to get to the Goblin boss is I will probably start off by giving them advantage. And I may include maybe beforehand, they found this backstreet dealer that has that doesn't like this Goblin Lord, or is kind of on the party side, and they find some kind of a luck potion or something, or a drink, and it gives them good luck for an hour, and they're able to roll with advantage during this game. So I want my players to get to the end level, at least one of them. Maybe one of them gets on a hot streak and I just give one of them advantage, but that's probably going to be the hardest part of the quest, is just to make sure that they can get there. And in fact, I mean, I will probably roll behind the screen for some of them. I guess I really wouldn't have to. I could probably even give some of the goblins that they're facing, maybe give them disadvantage on their rolls. But regardless, that's the overall idea of it. Get the characters to the end boss, and when they get to the end boss, he's going to smoke them the first time. I'd probably give him double advantage rolls, so it's the top 3 die. Maybe I'm going to roll 9 for him, and he takes the top 3. I mean, he's really got this awesome luck and charisma for some reason. And maybe the characters that are facing against him only get 3 dice, or they roll at disadvantage if I'm only rolling 6 for the Goblin Lord. But the point taken is they get to this guy, and if it's just one of the characters, or however you work it out as a DM or GM, this big Goblin Lord just smokes him. Okay, so how does the party beat him? So here's another sub-quest within a quest within a sub-quest. Yeah. They need to find some mechanical dice, and this is probably information they're going to get in this casino. Somebody's going to have a similar interest in helping them. Maybe you can set it up where the characters are put in a position they can do a good deed for somebody previously in the campaign, and then this person is mysteriously at this casino, maybe following them around, kind of creepy at first, but then they realize that this stranger is just trying to help, and maybe he's the one that has the dice, so you wouldn't even have to do a subquest. Maybe it's like, hey, I've got these dice you can take into the game. They look just like what the goblins are using and stuff like that, and they are mechanical weighted dice, so a detect magic wouldn't detect any magic because they're mechanically weighted. Or you can have a subquest, like the stranger is like, well, the only legend has it, the only way that this Goblin Lord gets beat is, I don't know, the dice of Kenny Rogers or something. If you get the dice of Kenny Rogers, you'll have good luck. You know how to hold them and fold them and stuff. But anyway, so the characters need to find these mechanical, mystical dice. And so that can be another subquest that you could put in somewhere. So they get their asses smoked in the gambling game, probably maybe even lose a ton of money. Maybe, the Goblin Lord's like, just bet all of your money or something, But anyway, they lose, and they need to come back another day with these mechanical, mystical dice, and that is how they're going to win the game. Okay, so the characters have these 3 dice. Now, there's 2 ways you can do it. The way that I did it is I bought 3 dice off of Amazon, and they are they're weighted. So 80% chance that it rolls a 6 or higher. 80% chance that it rolls at least a 6. So when my characters are when my players fulfill this subquest, I'm going to actually physically give them 3 dice, and I'll show them to you here in just a little bit. I'm going to give them these 3 dice, and they are mechanically weighted, so that and they'll use them, and they'll go up against the Goblin Lord again, so they'll get back into the casino or whatever else, be like, coming back for more, I'll take your money, kind of a thing. And they've got these dice, and they're just rolling them. And then this turn, they're smoking this Goblin Lord. So otherwise, you could just just give the players advantage, letting them roll 6 die, and maybe the Goblin Lord gets disadvantage in rolling 6 die. Now, what happens when this this Goblin Lord starts to lose? That's where it's going to get interesting, and up to you as the DM or GM how you want to do that. If they're looking for an item or a missing person or something like that, maybe while one of the characters won and got all the way up to face this Goblin Lord, and now they're all squaring off and everybody's gathering around. Maybe the other characters, maybe one of them has like an invisibility potion or something, or maybe they don't, and we need to do some stealth rolls. And maybe they sneak off around and maybe try to find this Goblin Lord's office or whatever he has to try to find what it is they came there for. Or maybe if they're just there to take this guy down, maybe just get all this money. Maybe this Goblin Lord's taking all the townsfolk money, and the players are there to win it in this big gambling game and stuff. Maybe they do, and the Goblin Lord loses, and he just smashes and hits this button, and the entire floor is a false door or a false floor. And they all go sliding, except for the spot he's standing, of course, at the table, because he's got it figured out that way. They all go sliding into a trap. I mean, goblins and cocktail waitresses and, limo drivers and all of them. I mean, just, all these goblins and the party and the characters all go sliding into this trap, and maybe it ends up being a dungeon that they have to fight their way through or something like that. And then by the time they get back, this big, the Goblin Lord is gone. So just some ideas I had, and like I said, I just wanted to share them with you in quest format, and I don't really have it nailed down to what I want to do. I do have a few more. I think I did jot down a few more ideas here. So the players find the dice, and we're going to make them non-magical. We're going to make them mechanical. Maybe before characters are brought in, there's a detect magic that's cast, and if anybody has any kind of magic on them, then they're not allowed to come in. I also thought about maybe there's a bar on the inside before you go in the casino, and they get free drinks, or maybe while they're gambling, characters get free drinks. And if they're drinking those, it's like a potion of disadvantage. So the more they drink, the more dice they roll and get disadvantage. And again, maybe they found somebody and before they went into the casino and were able to drink an ale that gave them good luck or advantage. Let's see here. Trapdoor, we mentioned that. If they do win, maybe a huge brawl starts off. Maybe the Goblin Lord's so angry, and here's our big boss battle at the end of our gaming session. All these security guards come out, and this Goblin Lord, maybe his magical weapon is dice, and he's chucking it at the players, or spitting gold pieces at them, or something really cool and weird. So maybe it just starts in a brawl. But that's it. So that's the ideas that I had. I also thought about a different scenario where the Goblin Lord starts with the dice, and then I roll the dice, and I bring them out, and the players are watching me roll 6s, and they're like, "Hey, dude, what are you doing?" But I thought it'd be more fun if it was like a mystical item that the players picked up, and so they could complete their quest. But you could probably do it the other way too, and it'd probably be really cool and interesting. So. That's my idea, Quest for the Gambling Goblin. I would really like to get a discussion started. Is there some things that you could think of that would make this idea better? Is there any ideas that you would have that make it different? Definitely would like to talk about that below. And speaking of gambling, I mean, is there? Do you ever put games within your game? Like, maybe during a game session you spend an hour doing this, like rolling 6-sided dice and seeing who gets the highest score. And another question for you too, what kind of casino games or gambling games would be included in your world? Whether it be dice or cards or something like that. I would be really interested in some cool gaming ideas that may be in a fantasy setting that would revolve around gambling and stuff. So definitely please comment below. I'm going to show you the dice that I picked up off of Amazon. I don't remember how much it cost, but I'll put a link in the show notes for you if you want to take a look. So I'm going to end there. Like I said, I'm going to roll the dice for you. I'm going to go over to the table here. I'll roll the dice for you, but I'm going to go ahead and sign off. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, use it in your campaign, and share it with your friends. And until next time, on to the next.